We've had spotty showers since about 7 a.m. here in D.C., and the radar indicates it's going to continue, but nothing to stop football from happening at FedEx Field. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Washington football team. Taking it about the 1. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
Now Haskins on first down. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. Clearly wasn't outside of the tackle box. There's your penalty.
And accompanying that penalty, a loss of down.
They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. Call it a gain of 12, but, of course, not a first down due to the previous penalty.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air, and sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here.
54, right there. 54, Mike. Watch the screen. Mike 54.
Out of the shotgun, Haskins. They'll get that one to Taylor, complete. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line.
For a
13 yards there and a Washington first.
1st and 10.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. They'll run. This is Jonathan Taylor. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They go play action with Haskins. And his throw here's incomplete. Devin Duvernay, the intended receiver. And it'll bring up 3rd down.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Here's Haskins out of the gun. Completes it to Samuel. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 13 yards there and a Washington first.
1st and 10.
And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball, and sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. From the gun, it's Haskins. That's taken in by Duvernay. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
1st and 10.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag, because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 43. They give to Taylor out of the gun. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
Next, the receivers have spread the defense out, and they were able to come through with a slashing run.
But to that point, it's going to be interesting to see the personnel chess match as this one progresses.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Can they continue to create running lanes out of passing sets? And if so, it's going to be a long day for the defense.
The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard. They run with Taylor, and he gets it down to the 32. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll run with Taylor. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. He's able to rip off 32 on that one. It's a first down. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation. We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
Here we go now on 1st and goal. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
So often you hear that pep talks don't really work in the heat of the battle. But collectively, this defense has to say to each other, we've been on our heels this whole first drive. This is where we need to dig in. And they got a nice stop right there for a loss on 1st and goal.
They'll look to run with Taylor. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Jonathan Taylor, his 19th touchdown now on the season. And Washington takes the ball down the field and scores on their opening drive. And we'll see if this rain affects the team's decisions going forward, but they kick it here, and it's good.
Eagles, nothing.
The kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. fielded near the back of the end zone. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
Their own 25-yard line.
First and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. They will run for the first time with Miles Sanders. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11. At the 24-yard line.
Ball at the 24 and a 2nd and 11. From the gun, it's Wentz. Blitz coming and down.
Run and a pass attempt, and both have gone backwards.
Probably not how they drew that up.
Not at all.
Looking for a better play coming up on 3rd. Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack. Washington looking for another timeout, and they get it. And that's their 2nd charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. So it's 3rd and long, and defensively not a real surprise. They're in the dime. Wentz going to throw. And the pressure gets to him again. Von Miller, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. The Eagles send out their punter now. After 7-0 on EA Sports.
Washington 7, Eagles 0.
The Eagles send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it. And this drive will start in enemy territory as that gets out of bounds on this side of the 50.
Eagles 46-yard line.
They'll run on first down. Gibson. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play. So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. From midfield now, Haskins. We're going for Howard, but the pass intercepted. Picked off at the 35. And they finally put an end to this return, but not before he's all the way down to the 37.
They'll take over.
And Brandon, the passing game for both of these teams is going to be affected as the game goes along. It's not looking like the rain's going to let up anytime soon, so that might mean a few more wobbly passes and wide receiver slips. And this one winds up getting intercepted.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. So after the INT, here's Wentz. And the pressure will get to him. He goes down. Now there is a flag on the play, but this looks like holding on the offense. Temporarily out of field goal range now as they come up on a 2nd and long after the holding call. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. Man open, it's J.J. Arcega-Whiteside. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
Whiteside. It's a gain of 11, and it's 3rd down.
From the gun, it's Hurts. That's complete to Arcega-Whiteside. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short.
It's a gain of 8.
A short gain that doesn't get them the 1st down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. If it was sunny, maybe this is a field goal attempt. But with the rain, they're going to go for it on 4th down. He can run for it, and he will. And he's going to get the 1st down as they bring him down at the 23. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion. And defensively, pure frustration. Now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout. And with that, they're now out of timeouts. And still plenty of time remaining here in this 2nd quarter. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
I think we can safely say that those types of players are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
From the 17, here's 2nd and 4. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Wentz now to throw. This will be taken in by Hightower. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
At the 13-yard line.
That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11. Working from the gun, Wentz. That's complete to Hightower. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
Brings up 3rd down.
On 3rd down, they'll run it with Sanders. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4. So on comes the Eagle kicker, Jake Elliott, on 4th down. From the left hash, a chip shot here.
A 24-yard attempt.
The kick by Elliott is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So they do get the 3 points before they hit halftime. Something to build on, maybe.
Yeah, go ahead and raise the banner, right? Wave the flag. That's good. Got points, and now, as you said, they've got something to build on as they get ready for the second half.
Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
After the field goal, here's Elliott to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
25-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. 1st down. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Operating from the gun. Haskins slings this deep from McLaurin. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Was trying to get it to Terry McLaurin, but it's going to be 2nd down.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on. 3rd down.
Well, that one was all about the defender making life difficult for the receiver. Very tough for a guy to hold on to the football through all that contact. He ends up forcing the incompletion.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Throwing again, here's Haskins. And looking for McLaurin, but this is intercepted. Picked off by Rodney McLeod. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line.
42-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. A new life now following the late turnover. Maybe a chance for points here before the break.
Yeah, pretty nice situation they find themselves in because they're really maybe one completion away from giving their kicker a shot, and that gives them a chance to get some points up on the board.
On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. He's going to let this go deep for Jackson, and he fires one that's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And a great return as he's up close to the 40-yard line. That late in the clock, 2nd quarter, why not just run it a time or 2 and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing may have forced them into saying, let's try and get some more points.
A good starting spot for Washington as they come up 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Now after the turnover, here's Haskins. And that is incomplete.
Certainly no lack of aggressiveness here. They were hoping for the home run play to get them 6 points. They're hoping for a catch, maybe a call, but they figure they can at least get into field goal range with a completion.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw again. Haskins. That's complete to Jonathan Taylor out of the backfield. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. That one covers 29 yards. First down. So a challenge coming down from the booth, and that's where these challenges come from, of course, in the final 2 minutes of the half.
Yeah, now we're going to New York, right? That's command central for the officials. They'll talk, they'll take a look at it, communicate with the referee at the game site, and issue a final decision because they do have the final call now.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. From the gun, Haskins. And nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but it does get away and it's 2nd down.
On the coverage.
So on 2nd down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. And now a timeout defensively after that first down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number 1. Dustin Hopkins now for the Washington field goal. This is a 49-yard attempt, right hash. And this one is no good. He missed it. And this score will stay right where it is.
Now, if this was a clear day in September, I'd say this is well within his range. I'd feel very confident about this kick, but let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
So line of scrimmage still at 39 on 2nd and 10. A final shot before half for Wentz. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we reach intermission here in a low-scoring game. 7-3 is our score. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. This one fielded at the 5. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
Yeah, they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the third quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. So the big play moves them all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. Wentz on the give to Sanders. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Well, I think after that run, the defense is getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Another run with Sanders, and he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
Hurts. Eluding the pressure right. Airs it out toward the corner of the end zone. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Miles Sanders, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Eagles have taken the lead. So he scrambled right, but was able to look back toward the middle of the end zone to find the target.
As you know, in this game, sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules, because we all know most guys throwing the football are taught never throw back into the middle of the field on a scramble. He did it and got away with it for a touchdown.
Instinct sometimes, right? They just take over.
Instinct and vision. Sometimes you just see people who are open, you're able to get it to them.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Play action. Haskins. That's complete to his running back, Taylor. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
So 3rd and 5, defensively expecting pass. They've got 6 DBs out there. Operating from the gun, Haskins. And that is incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. 35 yards that time on the punt. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front. because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
From the 41, Wentz. He's going to find his running back. It's complete.
Wentz's pass.
They'll give him 8 on the play, and that'll bring up what looks to be a third and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot.
And inches.
They give it off here to the tight end. And he's got the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 49. Got what he needed for the first down with a gain of 2.
First down, Eagles.
First and 10, it's Hurts. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
It's a gain of 9.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Here's Sanders. And he's going to be stopped close to the first down marker at Washington's 12-yard line. It's 35. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
A gain of 5. First down, Philadelphia.
Right back to Sanders on first down. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. Philadelphia picking up the first on a gain of 15.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Back now at FedEx Field. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point, just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4. Well, this has been a good march down the field, but now they're stuck looking at a 2nd and 14. Play fake to Sanders. Now here's Wentz. Left side here to Sanders. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and that'll make it third down.
Oh, I came to my feet on that one. I thought he was getting close to breaking that one big, but in the end, give some credit to the defense, finding a way to get to him and forcing a third down.
The Eagles on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. Here's Hurts to throw. Steps away to his left. And that is incomplete. So decision time now, because a field goal keeps it a one-score game. What are you thinking?
Well, I'm looking at the down and distance, and that's where the issue comes in. It's not short enough that it's a no-brainer and you go for it. You have to analyze this one. To me, you take the field goal, take the points. I don't think you want to risk coming away with nothing.
The kick by Elliott is good. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down.
Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
After the field goal, here's Elliott to kick it away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Takes over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Davion Taylor gets him for a loss of 10 yards from his linebacker spot. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Out of the shotgun, Haskins. Oh, going deep here for Taylor. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete. He was looking to get it to Jonathan Taylor there. 3rd down here.
A deep ball down that right sideline, and he made sure that he put it where either his guy was going to catch it or no one was.
Washington on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and a mile. Off the play fake. Here's Haskins. Oh, hit as he throws there. Incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts. This time on 3rd down.
Here's Tressway now. Standing just outside his own goal line. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. 46 yards on the boot. The coverage holds him to just 3 on the return. And possession will switch hands. 1st and 10.
38-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. They start on the ground here at Sanders. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
The ball carrier.
Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. They'll go again with Sanders. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Carry for Sanders. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. Now Washington going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts. That's going to be their 2nd. They'll be left with 1 more plus the 2-minute warning. And we'll be back. Shotgun now for Wentz. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
A gain of 9 brings up 3rd down.
As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. They'll try and run for it with Sanders. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. And when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to perhaps salt this one away. The kick by Elliott is good. And now it's a 2-score game at 9, 16-7. So that's a big one. Obviously, Charles makes it a 2-score game. His 3rd field goal of the game, able to knock it through.
Yeah, not exactly free and clear yet, but as a defense, you get to play a little bit looser, don't you? Because you do now have a little bit of a margin of error, don't you?
The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And a great return up past the 40. But this one may not stand. So that will push him back.
And now we know why I have a little extra space to run, don't we? An illegal block in the back, that penalty will move them back.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Here's Haskins out of the gun. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Darius Slay with a pick. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left.
And it's 3rd down.
He's going to go up top for the end zone. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. Deshaun Jackson scoring a touchdown against his former mates. And the Eagles take advantage of good field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Now Wentz going to lead the Eagles up to go for 2.
Conversion.
Now Wentz. And this one incomplete. So they went for the 2. They don't get it.
I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of 2-point tries and see what the data tells us, because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation. This time, unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
Where they've moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And last time, one play interception, so this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it, and I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Davion Taylor able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
Pressure can come from all over when you're plotting a defensive strategy. On that particular play, it just came from the outside.
Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Darius Slay with a pick, and he's able to get it back to right around the 27.
So many times we end a game, and as we're recapping it, we're talking about what offenses did and how they won the game. Let's flip this one over. The defense, they frustrated the offense the entire ball game. That's why they're walking out of here with a victory.
And they're going to love to walk out of here with that as their final act, that interception. Good way for them to end it. Wentz with a kneel down, and that will be the final act of this game.
Yeah, it's fun to kneel down in front of your home crowd, but when you go on the road, that band of brothers attitude, right, just us against the world, and get it done, how happy are they?
I remember a coach at a previous stop telling me, you get a win on the road, doesn't matter the opponent, get out of there like you stole something, and they did in this one. So fly, Eagles, fly. It's a victory for Philadelphia. And, you know, it wasn't a shutout. They did give up the points in the first quarter, but second, third, and fourth quarter, they held them scoreless.
Brandon, if you throw a shutout for quarters 2, 3, and 4, you can win a lot of games in this league. And this felt a lot like, almost like if you say baseball, and the pitcher goes through the lineup the first time, and the hitters get to see him, and then they come out after that, and the bats start blazing, right? I think they saw their best stuff in the first quarter and just shut everything down from that point on. What a great, convincing performance.
So for the Eagles, they move back over 500 at 7-6. And they'll return home next week to take on the Carolina Panthers. Meanwhile, for Washington, it's a loss that could have implications on the playoff race. Look to get back on track.